and welcome back to Brickle. My name is Brittany and today we are doing a trailer reaction for the Super Bowl Black Widow trailer. Am I always picking up after you guys? Without further ado, let's go!
You don't know everything about me. The Avengers weren't my first family.
Sister.
At some point, we all have to choose between what the world wants you to be.
Ooh.
And who you are.
That's Captain America's technology though. Well, not his technology, but the stuff he uses.
Natasha, my sister. After all this time, what brings you home?
I'm on the run. I was trying to do something good. You're more than just a trained killer.
You're fooling yourself. We're still both trained killers.
Yes. Okay.
We have unfinished business.
Who's we?
Season 3 of Stranger Things.
Family.
Season 4.
Back together again.
You got fat.
Smelling water, Wayne.
It's a good excuse.
There's a new world of widows. New enemies. I'm done running from my past.
Okay.
Who the hell is that guy?
Probably that guy. That might be the trick. When I watched the first trailer, the biggest hesitation I had with it was all the superhero elements kind of weren't appealing to me. But when I got into the Jason Bourne, James Bond, not so much James Bond, but you know, the kind of special agent on the run, when it got into those sort of aspects, I was really interested. I love how she has that amazing fight scene with her sister, the blonde one, in the previous trailer. It wasn't quite shown here. But we get a bit more information that these ladies are still being trained. The family, it seems, has escaped this organization. It's still going, so I can imagine that they're going in there to bring it down. And it definitely looks like it's happening in that 5-year time gap between Infinity War and Endgame. But 5 years is a big gap, so I'm sure that there are a few other stories that can fit in there. I do wonder if maybe this would have been a fantastic film to have in place of Captain Marvel. I understand that they wanted that big hitter in the Endgame movie, but timeline-wise, it's a bit strangely out of place considering everything else mostly happened chronologically. In saying that, I'm very fascinated in seeing all the other female assassins that are coming out of this organization that Natasha is going to face. Because that's another issue I find across a lot of different medium, especially in video games. I mean, movies are, you can blame movies as well for this. When there is a gang or when there is like a militia force, it's men dominated. And then you might get the token female who is in like a lieutenant position or something, but it's a bit of an interesting aspect because the world is changing so much, especially the 21st century with equal rights and this activism that is going through. Well, I mean, it's been going through since the suffragists, but it's weird that we still see militia groups just made of men. So it's really cool to see women as well becoming a part of the militia groups. The first time I saw otherwise, and I realized that this was kind of weird, was in Metal Gear Solid, when there were like these female opponents that you had to fight as Snake. So that was really cool, and it made me question why don't we just have militia of mixed gender militia? It was just kind of confusing for me. Although this mightn't be mixed, I'm not sure. It's just fascinating. It's really cool to see these female assassins working together, or, well, however it will unfold. It'll be interesting to see these fights and action scenes. The action that really stood out from this as well was this strange newcomer with a shield. From what I heard from other people who were excited from the first trailer, they were questioning whether or not that this was Hawkeye in between Hawkeye Ronin kind of look, but from the past, because we're going to see some flashbacks. We have to see some flashbacks. But it looks like this guy with the shield and with the Captain America technology with the shield comes up. It doesn't seem to be Hawkeye at all. I'm very curious to see who it is, if it plays into the previous movies, and I mean, if you know who it is, let me know. I think that's interesting. I want to know more about Marvel canon. The biggest thing I want from this film is I want to know what happened at Budapest. Please tell me so we can decide who once and for all is correct. Is it Clint or is it Natasha? Who has the better memory of Budapest? Natasha, look, this mightn't be a question you need answered, but it's a question we need answered. Before I wrap this up, there is also a rumor that Tony Stark will be appearing. He is credited on IMDb, and I think Robert Downey Jr. hasn't crossed the role off his list. There's still, I think, a possibility that he could show up, but again, just kind of rumors at the moment. It would be exciting to see him come back. He is the dad of this universe, which is a strange way to put it, but he is. And I'm just not over his dad. That said, I'm very intrigued to hear your thoughts on these Russian assassins and Natasha's past finally being revealed. Pop them in the comments below and give me a history lesson on Natasha. I'm happy to read your comments and learn about this amazing character. It's really good to see Natasha have her own film. I am a little bit torn in thinking it is a little bit too late, but at the same time, the spy aspects of it really are intriguing for me. With that said, thank you so much for watching. My name is Brittany and the sun's getting real low, big guy.